Hi everybody, Miss Blankenship here. How are you today? Today we're going to work on a project called weaving. And weaving is over 30,000 years old. So it is just, we've been doing it as the human species practically from the beginning of time. But we are going to make our own version of weaving today. And every weaving has what's called a loom. L-O-O-M, loom. And what a loom basically is it, like, let's say if my hand was a loom, the thread would go in and out of my fingers. So a loom is basically an apparatus or a machine that is used to have the thread go in and out of, and when compressed, it creates a fabric. So today we are going to make paper weaving and do our own version of weaving. And this is an example of what we're gonna do. Can you see that? Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? And we used the blue part as a loom, and the yellow was our, what we wove. So we're gonna do it together. All right, it's real simple. You can use magazines, you can use construction paper, and that's what I have today is construction paper. I have yellow. Here you can see I had blue and yellow, and now I have yellow and red. Okay, so what you do is you just get your plain piece of construction paper, or if you wanted to do magazines, like I said, just lay it out flat. And it really doesn't matter like what the size, if your magazine is more of a rectangle shape versus the construction paper square that I have, that's okay. So you lay it out flat like this. Can you see? Yes. And you just, sorry for the shaking. So you lay it out flat and you fold it in half, okay? So you just fold it in half. I did a step earlier to make it shorter for you all, but you just fold it in half, just like this, okay? Just it like this. And then about a finger width from the top, see that? About a finger width from the top, you fold it down. So you're gonna fold it down like this. About a finger width from the top, okay? And that's what's gonna be called our stop line, our stop line. All right, so while this is folded in half, this is really simple. All you do, and that's got that stop line fold right here in front of us. All you do is you right in about the center, does not have to be precise. You cut all the way to that stop line. When you get to the stop line, you stop. Then you go over, and between your center line and the edge, you cut again in the middle all the way up to the stop line. Right there. Then from the middle over to the left side of your page, you cut in the middle all the way up to the stop line. There you go. Now you're just gonna do that one more time with 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Between each section, we're gonna cut it in half again, just up to that stop line. There you go. The next section, we're gonna cut it in half up to that stop line. There you go. Last two, cut it in half up to that stop line, and last one, cut it in half up to that stop line. Okay. Okay, good. I wonder if I turn this light off, if it will help you. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so now look what you have. You have your own paper loom. All right, so this is how we do it. I cut it out red strips with the yellow so you could really see, okay? All right, so like I said, your end product is gonna look something like this, but here's the cool thing. You can make patterns, you can do all types of different stuff with this. All right, so here we go. We've got our loom right here. We lay it flat. And I went ahead and I cut different shaped strips, but they were all about 1 inch or so apart. I have a couple yellow ones in there if I wanted to vary up the color. but I think I'll just do red. So I just cut a bunch of strips, and I decided to make them kind of wavy. Some of them to kind of make wavy to see. When I did these, I did some that weren't the exact shape. As you can see, I made this wide, this one smaller, this one medium, but they were pretty much straight across. These I decided to do wavy. Now all you do, and you don't even have to wait for me to do this, but you take your paper loom and our weaving strips, and you start at the bottom, and you're gonna do, if you go over, under, you'll go that all the way across, and then the next one you'll switch, under, over, okay? So watch. So you take this, and I'm gonna go over this first. Can you see that? So I went over, and then I'm gonna go under. See that? So over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And now I have my first weave strip. And I decided, like I said, I made it wavy. You can see. All right, so I put it back down, and because I went over the first time, now I'm gonna go under. So look what I'm doing. See how I went over the first one? I'm going under the first one this time. So under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Awesome. Oh, I got snagged on my loom. And you kind of practice, you push it down. Once you get it all the way across, you kind of push it down so it lays. Oh, and look what kind of cool pattern I'm starting to make. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a next strip. This one I made kind of even, but I'm gonna go back to the beginning where I'm gonna go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, and under. So what do we got? It's always kind of fun to like see. I never know exactly what it's gonna turn out like. Okay, so I pushed it down. Ah, it's starting to look cool. Okay, I think I wanna go for a wavy one. And like I said before, you can make this out of magazines. Like if you don't have any construction paper, you could make it out of wrapping paper. You could actually make it out of your watercolor paper. You could watercolor some, like maybe one you watercolor with just your cool colors, which we know what those are. And then maybe the next sheet, being your second sheet, you use warm colors. That could be kind of cool, right? And that way you have contrast, because it makes it more interesting, just like in all weaving, when you have some sort of contrast of pattern and color. So it's coming together. And there's lots of things you can do. Like mine is like an abstract kind of print, but you can make all types of, like, if you really get into it, you can make all types of patterns. You can use more than 2 colors. You could use 10 colors if you wanted to. All right, so remember, I'm pushing each of my little weaving sheets down so they all go as low as they can and line up. And remember, you're just doing the opposite of whatever you did before. Okay, I'm getting there. I'd say maybe we have room for one more. Let's see, what would be a neat shape? Maybe that way. Okay, my last one is under, over, so I'm gonna go over, under on my last one. How are you all today, by the way? I hope you're good. It was gorgeous out today. I hope you're taking advantage of eating lunch outside. I'm having my kids eat lunch outside in between their school and taking their homework outside and working on it. It's really important. And take a break from those screens. I know we love them, but it's really important to make sure we do that. All right, so look, cool. Do more art. So look, this is really neat. So look, it's this funky little pattern. Ooh, you can turn it sideways. Maybe it looks cooler this way. And then the last thing that you can do is right here on the ends, you can take a little glue and you can tack it down so it doesn't come up. See, there you go. So now you learned the basics of weaving. You know how to weave now. All right, thank you. Can't wait to see yours. Please email them to me, or you can post them in the link right down here. But it's pretty neat. You learn the basics of weaving. All right, loves, I miss you. Bye.